Hello champions, Norman Hanley here. Many of you may be seeing this for the first time as we're putting this out onto YouTube. Many of you are Lifestyle Freedom Club members or members of the Arizona Mastermind teams. Of course, where we're studying John Delemmy's 10 life lessons on how to find your why now and achieve ultimate success. Today was a day that will go down in history. Today's date, January 7th. 2010. We just finished up our mastermind event here live in Tucson, Arizona. Went through lesson 4 of John Delemmy's 10 life lessons. It was an absolutely amazing event. Had 2 or 3 fired up champions there other than the fiery redhead and myself. Had some great things to say. But one champion in particular I want to focus on tonight. And this is going to be very intense, so you might want to grab a piece of paper and a pen that writes, because you're going to want to write down some of the things I have to share tonight. It has absolutely blown my mind. Lives were changed. The champion who made the most difference tonight was 6 years old. That's right. Adam, son of Vicki Jacobs, who comes to our events on a regular basis. She brought Adam along tonight. I got a chance to talk with him. As I said, 6-year young champion. And we finished reading through the chapter. We're talking about what each of us liked, disliked out of the chapter, things we had learned. Another thing we had there was John Delemmy's 177 motivational success quotes to live the championship life. And Adam comes up to me and sort of pulls on my shirt and says, Mr. Norman, can you read to me out of that book? I'm like, okay, so I'll flip through and find some good quotes that a child could relate to. And one of the first quotes I turned to, quote 155 out of the 177 motivational success quotes, champion eagles soar high above the clouds while pigeons waddle around seemingly confused about their mere existence. Now, that's a great quote right there. But Adam sort of got this look of, just sort of that starry-eyed look for a minute. And then he said, oh, read me another one. So I flipped, and we flipped over to quote 128. Open your eyes every morning and smile, because you know that you have another day to make a difference in the life of another person. And he's like, wow. And then he said, read me another one. So we read quote 124 on the same page. You are a seed of greatness that God has planted in this world. And he sort of stood there for a minute, and he had been very chatty, very talkative all evening, but he just sort of stood there for a minute with this sort of look on his face, and he walked away and came back and sort of pointed to me, and he pointed to the first one I read, or the second one I read, sorry. Open your eyes every morning and smile because you know that you have another day to make a difference in the life of another person. And he pointed to that one, and this was his exact words to me. And Adam, I know you're going to watch this. I know your mom's going to show it to you on YouTube. You are a fired up champion, all right? Don't let anyone tell you different. You're awesome, Adam. But Adam turned to me and said, after thinking a moment to think on that quote, when you read that quote, I felt like I was in heaven. Now, many of you know, of course, my coach and mentor, John Delemmy, I think you can probably tell with his books here, has been teaching, ever since I've known him, the power of the spoken word. Being able to speak words of faith, speak words of wisdom, speak words of praise, the praise into someone's life. Giving them the gift of positive, focused, successful words. And this 6-year young champion taught me a lesson tonight that I pray that I will never forget. The true power of words. When you read that quote, I felt like I was in heaven. So then he picks up, it gets better. He picks up John Delemmy's 10 life lessons on how to find your why now, achieve ultimate success in life. And he says, read me a quote out of that book. Now, I know many champions watching this video already have a copy of this book. If you don't have a copy of John Delemmy's 10 life lessons, let me tell you how you can get it real quick. For Lifestyle Freedom Club members or Mastermind team members, click on this link right below this video postcard. That'll take you over to where you can get the free ebook of this, and also where you can purchase the paperback book if you're looking to get a hands-on physical copy. For those of you watching on YouTube, stay tuned to the end of this video. I will share that link with you right at the end of this video. Alright? But I was going through, and I'm just going to show a couple things here real quick. I'm flipping through. I don't know how well you can see that page, but you can see it's got that little quote section right there. So I flipped through and found a couple really good quotes that would, I think, would really compel for a 6-year-old, trying to figure out the best ones. And read 2 or 3 of them to him, and I'm not going to point out exactly which ones I read. I'd have to go through, figure it out myself at this point. But he walks away, sort of thinks about it, comes back, hands me the book, and goes, opens it up, and says, read this one. This is the best story. Read this one. Now, this absolutely blew my mind, and I had to stop everyone who was around the table for this mastermind event, because I want to share with you the story that Adam picked out, that he said, this is the best one. Now, I want to let you know, Adam is just learning to read. As I said, he's 6 years old, so he didn't even know what he had picked out. But Adam, you definitely picked out the best story over all of them in this entire book. So it's a great story. I just want to share it to you. I was once told the story of a man who decided to try and help a butterfly. He took a knife and cut open the cocoon to help the butterfly to come out of its cocoon. Now, the butterfly did come out, and within a period of 5 minutes, died in front of the eyes of the man who tried to help this butterfly out of the cocoon. Just like the butterfly must strengthen its wings by breaking out of the cocoon, we all must struggle to achieve success in our lives. Wow! The power of words is absolutely essential. What words are you listening to, champions? What words are you allowing in your life? Again, I learned a wonderful lesson from Adam, our 6-year young Y Warrior champion, right here in Arizona, Tucson, Arizona. But we have these mastermind events going on, not just here in Arizona, they're worldwide. We got them all throughout the U.S., they're in the U.K., there's meetup groups going on in Canada right now. I believe there's even these mastermind events going on in Malta. So we are worldwide doing these events, changing people's lives. So to find out more about the power of words, speaking words of faith, speaking words of wisdom over your life, speaking increase into your life on a daily basis, how to truly achieve success and lifestyle freedom. Again, for our meetup members, click on this link right below this video postcard. If you're watching on YouTube, stay tuned right at the end of this video. I got that link right at the end, so make sure to have a piece of paper and a pen that writes. Champions, God loves you. I love you. John DeLevemy loves you. We believe in your dream 100%. As John would say, 1,000%. Adam, again, you are a fired up champion. Stay happy. Keep smiling. One last thing I want to share before I go, because I decided we're going to give Adam this book. Now, he's just learning how to read, doesn't know everything in this book, but I decided to give this to the 6-year young champion. And he flipped it open, and he said, what are all these lines for? And many of you know, in John's books, he's got blank pages just with some lines going on, so you can take notes in the book. Now, in Adam's copy, of course, I wrote a little note to him when I gave him the book, telling him he is a champion. But he had me write down something in this note section that he really wanted to say. I'm going to give you the exact words he asked me to write in his book. This is a quote from Adam, our 6-year young champion. When you wake up and smile, you might get a little appreciation in your life because you make other people happy. When you don't smile, nobody is happy. Wow! Let me read that again, champions. When you wake up and smile, you might get a little appreciation in your life because you make other people happy. This 6-year young champion has already figured out to be happy in life, you have to make other people happy. To be successful in life, you have to make help other people to achieve success. This is a 6-year young champion, and he's already understanding the power of these words. He took one of John's quotes, think about it, came back about 8-10 minutes later, and gave it back in his own words. The power of words is awesome, champions. You got to speak the right words over your life. What are you listening to? What are you speaking over your own lives? It's absolutely amazing. Again, guys, God bless. Have a wonderful night. I'll talk to you soon. For those watching on YouTube, stay tuned. We got that link coming up as soon as we cut out here. God bless. Have a great day.